Hello, everybody, and welcome to Super Jeff's World. I am, of course, your lovely host, Anthony Alicio, and today I am joined, as always, by my very good friend, the Stupendous Wave.
Howdy do.
Howdy do, indeed. So, first podcast of 2019, hashtag, New Year, New Me, hashtag New Year's resolution. Do you have any New Year's resolutions this year, bud?
Yes.
Tell me, what's your New Year's resolution?
Talk about non-religious ones?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not? I didn't realize there was categories to this. Where are you going?
Okay, so I have one religious one.
Okay.
But it won't make sense unless you're part of my religion.
All right.
So that doesn't. So we'll with that.
Blech.
Forget that I said that. Okay, guys.
I had no idea you had one.
Yeah, I do. I have. That's like the main one.
Yeah.
Okay. Second one.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to bench press 405 this year.
Oh.
Yes. That's a big New Year's resolution for me.
That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking weight.
I would like to reach 1 million subscribers on both YouTube channels.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
That'd be cool.
It's definitely going to happen with Stupendous Wave because episode 9's this year. So that one's kind of a given. Mm-hmm. But I really want to push myself on this Marvel one, put out a lot of content, put out pretty good content. And I want 1 million subscribers on both channels by the end of the year.
I'll help you. I'll shout you out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Third, I would like to be lucrative on this one.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to make money on this one, and I want to get it off the ground. And it doesn't have to be huge by the end of 2019, but I want to have some listeners.
Yeah.
Some loyal listeners that tune in.
Yeah, a fan base here would be cool.
A fan base, yeah.
So far, I think we got a loyal 10.
That's good.
Yeah, let's get it to 100 by the end of 2019.
But yeah, that's one of my major ones too, is to get this off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think the same thing with this is just consistency. It's like sitting down, grinding at it for a long time, and that's really the key. A lot of people ask me all the time, what's the key to being successful on YouTube? Because I don't want to be braggadocious, but I wanted to see in large part how if I was capable of growing another YouTube channel without really shouting it out that often.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Mm-hmm. I shouted it out, I think, once, and I got 5,000 subscribers from it, which is pretty good. Mm-hmm. But now we're at 112,000, and I haven't shouted it out.
Yeah.
Which is that just proves that I was capable of it, right?
Yeah, it shows that you know the game.
Right. So that's something cool, and I want to recreate it with this one. Other than that, those are pretty much my goals. Mm-hmm. So I got one fitness goal and 2 business goals. How about you?
I got a few. So to start with fitness, I don't have a number goal of anything, but working harder, on just my body, how I look and all that stuff, because that's both really important to us, and I'm way newer at it than you are. You've been doing it for years. I've been doing it for half a year. But I've made a ton of progress in this half year.
Absolutely. So, completely different looking.
So I'm really excited to see what could I do within this next year? How far could I push myself? How much more weight could I lift? As far as a weight goal, I don't know if getting 315 would be possible for me this year, but it might be. I don't really know. It's a lot.
You're going up almost.
I'm talking
you're almost 100 pounds up from your max.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if that were to be a thing, I'm not talking July. I'm talking December. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to just hit the gym even harder, become more muscular, maybe one day even be a physique competitor if I could pull it off. Oh, that's one of your
goals now too?
Yeah, if I could get there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My aunt is actually a physique competitor.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you were telling me about her. You didn't tell me she was a physique competitor. Yeah, you told me she was a trainer, right?
Yeah, she's a trainer at a few gyms. She's won 3 over 40 competitions.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's a personal trainer and all that stuff. So
that's really cool.
I'm really proud of her too.
Yeah.
She does a good job. She's really tough. Mm-hmm. And then my uncle, he's been lifting weights. He's a short guy. He's about your height. Mm-hmm. Not to call you super short or anything. You have an advantage. The shorter guys have a big advantage. I think the last Olympia winner that was over 6 feet tall was Arnold.
Yeah, and that was back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So I will never win an Olympia or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
But people your height are the winners of Mr. Olympias because you just hold muscle better.
Yeah.
But yeah, my uncle, super strong, and he's just yoked.
Yeah.
He's yoked to the teeth. Mm-hmm. And so is my aunt. which is awesome. My cousin really isn't. My cousin, his name's Sam. He lifts weights, but he's like 175 right now, and he's not very strong. I'm definitely bigger than him. I'm taller than him and bigger than him too.
Oh yeah.
But he's got a lot of like tools that I was thinking about emailing my aunt actually and asking for help, because I know how to do this stuff, but I'm not like, she's been doing it for decades.
Yeah.
Right.
That's always one of those things too, where it's like, you know certain things, but there's always somebody with like a little tip that like they could show you, and then it'll just change the entire course of what you're doing.
And I actually didn't know that she was a physique competitor until recently.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, she won over 40 competitions.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really
crazy.
Good.
Yeah. Well, to keep going, another one of my goals is obviously this podcast. Get this, to a better place, build the audience, because like we're still, very much in the infancy of this thing.
Yeah.
And I want to start like creating, different content on the channel, the whole like, shorter edited videos and all that stuff. That's one of my goals this year too, is like get good at editing.
Oh, you're going to edit your own videos?
Yeah. Because I don't know how to do it. But like I'm sure it's something I can learn. I need to like work on like getting actual software and all that stuff. But like that's one of the things I want to be able to do really well by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then
that's something I really recommend too. We've talked about it a ton off air, but like make bite-sized like things.
That's the thing. I've been trying to figure out like how to do it. Like I need to find like the right thing, and I probably should get another computer for it. Also, I know I don't know. I don't think I've ever talked about this on air. I'm writing like my own kind of album thing right now, and I didn't even know I could write music. I had no idea until like 2 months ago, where I wrote a song and I was like, oh wow, I wrote a song. And then I thought that was the end of it. I was like, I got one. You know what I mean? It's like, and then after that I wrote like a bunch more, and the last few of them I've been pretty proud of them. And then I realized like, oh, I could like maybe make my own kind of thing. Which isn't so much like a plan for me to be like, oh, I'm going to like get really successful with my music or anything. If you're a musician and you think that, I'm not saying it's impossible. I've gotten way farther with music than I ever thought I could. Really.
Real talk. Your songs are really good.
Thank you.
I would totally buy an album of your songs.
Yeah.
I really would.
You got to listen to the last two I recorded. Those are my best ones.
I really do like them a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I want by the end of the year to have a complete album recorded. I'm not saying it's going to happen because
how many tracks is that?
Around 10. And right now I've got like 5 or 6, maybe even 7 written.
So do you want multiple albums by the end of the year?
No, just one. It takes a lot to record.
Will you be singing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe not just me singing. I have a singer that I know that I've asked to help me out.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, you.
No, it's not. I'm not a musician, guys.
Yeah, but
I listen to music.
Yeah, I mean, hey, good. But I want to get that done. It takes forever to record an album. Like it'll take weeks to do like the actual recording of the album, and it could take months to get a guy to edit it. Like
really?
Yeah, it takes forever. And then also like if you're recording an album, you're probably putting out an album. So
I actually know someone, and you know someone that could edit it for you.
Who's that?
Enrique.
Oh yeah,
Enrique does that.
Yeah.
We have a friend, Enrique, who's really into music too.
Yeah.
And like he edits the audio for like movies and stuff. He's really cool. We actually know quite a few people with like connections, just knowing them.
Yeah, no, and I've definitely made a bunch, just like by being just in that like industry. I don't want to, it's weird for me to say industry.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like as far as I've come through music and the shows I've been able to play and all that stuff, and like to actually get to a point where it's like you could go out and travel, play shows, make money and all that stuff. Like I still feel like a total amateur for some reason, and I don't know why. Because as far as I could tell, out of all the people I know, like in Orlando, it's like you kind of get stuck here,
right? I've heard that. You've told me that before.
Yeah, like there's like you're doomed to be local if you're from here because there's a million musicians and they all play metal, and it's just one of those weird things. But anyway, long story short, that's another one of my goals. I want to put out my own thing. And the only reason why I would be skeptical at all about it happening is not the whole writing the music part. It's just like there is a certain point where you have to rely on other people to get your job done. And that part always seems to take longer than like you ever wanted to. Like the first album I recorded it. I've recorded it in October. Do you know when the album came out?
When?
In October of the next year.
The next year.
Yeah.
The whole year.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like, it's a big pain. You got to get like people that are really willing to work on it. But
so I want to talk about a few things today.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want?
What do I want? Yeah. So I got a few things that I've kind of saved for the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been talking about going on a trip, right? Mm-hmm. And I've mentioned this before, but like Star Wars Celebration in April.
Yeah, totally.
We've discussed this before. So I very well might be there. Mm-hmm. This will be my first celebration.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the one in my hometown simply because it was just a little bit intimidating. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that like coming out and showing my face obviously would have been a little bit intimidating to like a group of people, and then like I was asked to be on like a few different like fan panels and stuff like that. So I was asked to show my face and to show up. But personally, I didn't think that I was like ready for all that. I'm not into like being recognized and being like known as that guy. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't appeal. I know a lot of people on YouTube, they're like all into like showing their faces and like they do it as much as possible, but like I don't really want that.
Yeah. Part
of me kind of really wants to go to Star Wars Celebration is kind of like a fan. Yeah. Completely. Mm-hmm. And just to have no idea have no one know who I am. Mm-hmm. And I also think that it would be a cool trip. Yeah. Chicago's a cool place.
It's a really cool city.
I've never been there before, but I've heard that it's awesome. Yeah,
the Windy City, as they say.
Here's the problem, though. Now that I have a Marvel channel, there's a huge movie that comes out like the day after Star Wars Celebration. Endgame comes out like a day after the day after Celebration. So that I think will be the busiest week of my YouTube career because I will have the Episode 9 trailer that will drop at the end of Celebration. Yeah, and Star Wars will finally be back, which is something that I also want to talk about. Yeah. Star Wars will finally be back. It will have finally returned. But also, that's like the climax of the Endgame buildup that we're just now experiencing. So that's going to be crazy. And it's going to be crazy trying to find a hotel and accommodations with really fast internet so that I can do all that stuff.
Yeah, true.
So that's the big debate. It's like, do I want to be there and experience the Episode 9 trailer first off, do a breakdown when I get home, explain everything I saw, and then, eventually do a more in-depth, thorough breakdown when the footage is revealed to the public, while also juggling Endgame and trying to explain all that stuff and doing the build-up to it and acquiring tickets in Chicago right now to go see Endgame. Because I imagine that every other nerd there has had this same thought. Yeah. And so, like, movie theaters, maybe right now it's doable, but in the coming months, it's definitely going to go, when the tickets go on sale, it's going to be really, really hard to get tickets to see Endgame there. Yeah. And then it's like, I'm not old enough to rent a car. Are you old enough to rent a car? I think you are.
No. You have to be 25. I'm 24. And by the time of this movie, I'll still be 24.
We can't even rent a car.
We could, and I don't want to say this, but we could drive there.
How far of a drive
is that? It's like a 15-hour drive.
Dude, you know what? That sounds kind of fun, actually.
Yeah? You ever been on a drive that long?
No.
I once...
Wait, yes, I have.
You have?
Yes.
Yeah. I imagine with the two of us, it would be probably more fun than, say, other people. I've never been
driving. Like, I've never driven.
You've never driven that far?
Yes. My girlfriend's sister's fiance just drove like 30-something hours from Arizona to down here in Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's just like, wow, mad respect. But he used to drive for a living. He used to drive buses for a living.
Yeah, that drive will kill you. It's terrible. Really? Yeah. I just did it. I just drove from Florida to California. And it was the worst.
Was it bad?
It was bad. Luckily, I wasn't the only one driving. There was one other driver.
Would we take your car?
Yeah, we could if you wanted.
Definitely put more stuff in it.
Yeah, for sure.
We would definitely take turns driving. Like, what would we do? Like, one of us drive 5 hours. Yeah, one of us drive 5 hours. Like, stay at a hotel and then drive like the rest.
You could just
I don't want to knock that out all out in one day.
Yeah, no, it's that's when it's hard.
You know what?
Is when you don't stop.
That actually sounds really fun.
Yeah, you want to do a Chicago road trip?
Yeah.
And then also I'm thinking, like, as far as like movies go, we don't have to see the movie in the city. You know, if it's a little cameo from a computer, we don't have to see it in the city if it's like impossible to get tickets to. We could just drive somewhere that's like an hour away if that's what it took. You know what I mean? Because anything for Endgame, right?
There's another thing though. It's like on the way home, there's going to be a bunch of news. Because after a movie comes out, it's like there's a bunch of news for like what comes next.
Yeah,
so
true.
we would have to make that trip in like a day.
Yeah, which would be doable.
Yeah,
it is doable.
Or literally, we would have to like find a hotel room just to upload a video.
Oh,
and then be like, you could go to the front desk and be like, my friend just called, and like, or you know what? I'm being really stupid. We could just stop by a McDonald's and upload a video.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
you could just go to a restaurant.
Stupid. So we could make this work, and it sounds fun as hell.
Yeah, totally.
I think we should bring more people if they wanted to go.
Yeah, we could get a little group. We
just have to carefully select our people.
Yeah, like definitely don't want to bring any Debbie Downers or nothing.
No.
You want to bring somebody that like is always cool all the time.
Right.
Like
Julio.
Yeah, or like Darren. Darren's really cool.
Would be fun.
I don't know if he would be. I don't know if anybody would be down to go on one of these trips because like that's a lot to ask of somebody, Yeah. But I mean, it would be fun. Yeah, we should do something like that.
I say we plan it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm down. January. Yeah, it's January.
It's January. Oh yeah.
So if we like start like asking now, like, hey, in the future, would you want to do this?
Yeah.
Like, sounds fun. That way, like, each of us 15-hour drive between like 4 people. Yeah, that's not that bad.
No, it's not.
Download a couple YouTube videos, chat it up.
Have some chats.
You have my editor right there. Mm-hmm. Darren, edit the video that I just recorded.
In the car right now. I don't care if you're car sick. Darren's not a big Star Wars fan, is he, though?
No.
it would be funny to bring him, be like, hey, do you want to go to this giant Star Wars convention? You know that franchise you don't fucking care about?
He's not even that big of a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
He's like got to be more so.
No, like, he's getting there,
Mm-hmm. He's too cool to be a fan of either of those things.
Yeah. He is really cool. He's way cooler than us.
No, he's not. I'm cool.
You're not cool.
Yes, I am.
You are cool. I'm cool too. We're all cool.
We're all cool.
Wait, it's not cool to say you're cool. Damn it. There's nothing cool about saying you're cool. Oh, Kanye. Oh, we should probably talk about that guy today.
All right, sir. You always set the story and you set the board better than anybody else.
I set the board better? Okay, so we were in a place, well, let's just say it's not the most appropriate place to say things that are, like just swearing, stuff like that. It's not a cool place to get into that kind of lingo. And, it was just a few of us there, like 5. And this one guy who's been new to this place has been kind of like a little weird lately. Like he just kind of seems weird. It's like a nice guy. Don't get us wrong.
He's nice, but he will just say things.
Yeah, he's clearly got zero filter.
Yeah.
So today he's like talking about this girl from some reality TV show. And he's just like, oh, yeah, she's like the queen of reality TV. There's this really funny video of her calling this girl the C word. It's like, bro, not the place. Nobody's going to be on board with this story. And then he's like, I got to show you this video of her like saying that this girl has like shitty shoes, like they're terrible shoes. And he's just like, you're not qualified to wear these shoes. And I'm just like, whoa, bro, just like. I realized if I'm the person in the room that is telling you that this is not the place, then you are doing something fucked up. Yeah, because I am definitely not a person that necessarily cares about the fucking place when I say something.
I don't know what's going on.
I think it's just him.
No, I know, but like there's new people too.
Yeah.
It's like
January.
I didn't know what crazy meant. I thought you were crazy.
I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy. I know that. I apologize.
It's all right.
You know what?
I can understand why
I saw crazy. There was yesterday.
Yeah.
There was this woman who was chosen to go up and speak at this thing that we have. She was talking about the difference between growth and change.
Oh yeah.
And it's like she's really struggling up.
Yeah.
She's
That was
like,
funny.
She describes herself as a valley girl. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm looking that up right now. What is a valley girl?
Oh, you don't know? It's like a girl from California that's like super stuck up.
Talks really far from California, bro.
Talks like this. Like, yo, I don't even get it. Like, what the heck? Why is he so mean to me?
Valley girl is a stereotype depicting class of women characterized by coliqual?
I don't fuck. Qualical?
Coliqual.
No, I don't know.
Coliqual. California girls dialect. Valley speak and materialism.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be that?
I don't know. It's just
that just all sound negative to me, and I didn't even understand one of the words.
Is she even from California?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I get it. It's like you see that, and it's just like they're like the bikini babes. They got like the beach blonde hair, and it's like they talk like they talk like you know what I want to say, right? They talk like they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They use words like literally all the time.
Yeah.
And like all the time.
Yeah.
And it just like I just did it.
What?
I just said, and it's just like
yeah.
Now I'm a valley girl.
No,
anyway, this is the last person on the planet, last person in a room of like 50 people, right?
Yeah.
That you would ever guess would be a valley girl.
Mm-hmm.
But there was at one point during like her little speech where someone was raising his hand to participate to kind of dig her out of a hole because she was just kind of stalling.
Mm-hmm.
And he like jumbled his words a little bit, which is, it's fine. It's like kind of nerve-wracking when you got to talk in front of all those people.
Yeah.
It's like your turn to talk. And she looked at him halfway through and said, "It's okay to be like, it's okay to stumble your words. I stumble on my words all the time.
Yeah.
You know what? You're not alone." So she just totally called this guy out who's trying to bail her out, like stumbling on his words and just being a complete jerk. And it's like nobody wants to raise their hand because they're terrified that this woman's just gonna roast them up there.
Yeah. Even during her speech, I had made the joke because at like a 4-minute mark, she was like bombing hard. Like she ran out of stuff to say, and then people kind of helped her. But I had went on my phone and I had gotten the music from the Golden Globes, so I could just slowly increase the volume of it and play her off the stage. And I didn't do it because I was like, you can't just do that to somebody, but it would have been perfect if I did.
Yeah. It wasn't one of those situations, though, where the person was up there and awkward.
Yeah.
It was one of those situations where, and this doesn't happen all the time because most people don't want that attention.
Yeah.
But it was a case where someone gets up there and they want to be up there as long as possible and make everything about them as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. She also did that thing too yesterday, though, where she was like, she would forget something and then be like, I was totally just going to say something.
Yes.
But then, like, I just forgot. And, like, I can't remember, but, like, I promise it was going to be amazing. Like, you ever want to just, like, be in somebody's head for a second? Like,
No.
I always had that thought. Like, I just want to, like, know what it feels like to have your brain just for, like, a minute.
Sometimes.
So I could understand what the fuck was going through it.
You said that to me.
Oh, yeah. Why? What did I say that about?
Because you said I'll say something really smart and be intelligent in one aspect, and then I'll order, like, really retardedly at, like, Giant Panda or, like, Panda Express.
Panda Express.
You know?
No, there is a place called Giant Panda, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. It's a shit restaurant.
No, it's not. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you could love shit.
Now I really... I love Venom.
Yeah. Venom's good. It's fucking terrible, but it's good, you know?
It's like I love The Room.
Yeah. Venom is a lot like The Room.
No, it is not.
I would kill for Tommy Wiseau to play Eddie Brock. It's like, Venom, come on, let me talk to you. We could work this out. Or like Riot could be like talking to Venom, and Tommy Wiseau could be like, "Why do you want to do this?" Wait, what's his name? The villain, Carlton Drake. Yeah. Carlton, come on! You know that this isn't gonna solve your problems. I love Tommy Wiseau. Have you seen his movie? The new movie he made with
No.
Yeah, it's called Best Friends.
Because I have time. I mean, I do.
You watch so many fucking movies. Don't act like you don't have
I
time
don't
to see
watch
a
that
movie.
many movies.
You watch a lot of movies.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I watch like one movie every few days.
That's a lot of movies.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Redacted.
Yeah, but it's like, I was like, have you heard of this movie, Bird Box? It's like, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Let's talk about Bird Box.
Yeah, sure.
People are really interested.
Yeah, I don't understand. You know what I fucking hate? Let me just say this really quick because I fucking hate it. When a movie comes out and everybody just fucking saw it. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm talking about? When it's like a movie just comes out and then suddenly it's fucking big talk and everybody just for some reason saw it. And then it's like, what the fuck is this? You know what that happened to?
What?
The same thing was Bright. And like Netflix movies.
This is Netflix stuff, though.
Yeah,
right?
it's like it just fucking comes out and then everybody's like, have you seen this movie?
I read
And I'm
the
just like,
same-
no. And I'm not going to fucking watch it because I don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't give a fuck that Sandra Bullock is in a fucking movie on Netflix. I don't care. Sure, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure Bright was fine. I'm sure all these movies are fucking fine. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Stop recommending them to me. Just fucking leave me alone. I'll go watch the movies I want to watch. Shut up. Fuck you. Same with music. Don't fucking recommend a band to me. Fuck you. Shut up. Now, I was talking about this. Okay, wait. I know it sounds really aggressive.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people.
I recommend movies to you all the time.
No, you're fine. I'm talking about people I don't talk to. So it's like I know a lot of people that are like metalheads. And it's because I'm a musician in Orlando, and Orlando is a fucking huge metal scene, which I don't understand. But then it's like somebody will come up to me and they'll be like, have you heard of like fucking Cunt Destroyer? And I swear to God that's like, they're like bands with names like that. And I'm like, I don't fucking like that shit. I don't listen to that music. What? Am I swearing too much?
Down
I'm just saying, this is like a pet peeve.
You
like,
dropped a lot of bombs recently.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hopefully none of
Do you
our
remember a
family
few
listen.
podcasts ago where you said that you were going to try to do better with your language?
No.
You failed. Because I remember that.
Yeah,
And
I
the viewers
said
do
the
too.
C word just now.
I
Anyway,
know you did.
Doesn't matter.
Bro,
Point is,
what's next, Anthony?
oh God, let's not get there. I just hate it when people recommend things like that. And I'm just like, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to watch that.
Guys, your lesson is don't ever recommend anything in the comments to Anthony. Don't
No,
post.
listen,
Don't help
it's a
him
different
out.
thing. It's specific people.
Don't wave your arms at me.
Shut up. There's one person.
Your complaint is stupid.
There's one person that will recommend things to me, and I will fake be mad at him. It's my brother. And like every time he ever recommends something to me, I'll just be like, I don't care. And then I'll watch it immediately because I trust his opinions. And then I'll watch it and I'm like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like he did it with Stranger Things and I was like, I'm not watching Stranger Things. I don't care. And then it's like, I love Stranger Things. Not great. Not the greatest, but it's good. I like it a lot. But other than that, like, yeah, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to like. I don't care. I like my stuff. Leave me alone. Anyway, Bird Box. Haven't seen it. Looks dumb. I saw a funny meme that was just like the monster says, yo, that girl got a fat ass. And then it's like a picture that just says me, and it's a guy with like a blindfold just peeking through it. And it's like, that's the end of Bird Box. I think that's funny. Hey, what are you doing over there, bud?
Should
You're
we talk
quiet.
about your fake girlfriend?
Oh my God. I can't upload this now, I swear.
She's not going to listen to it. No, she won't.
Yes, you will.
Should we talk about your real girlfriend?
Nah, please stop. We'll have to cut all this out.
No, we won't.
We have to. We
Just
can't.
don't
I
send it to
literally
her.
can't. We can't do this. You just ruined this whole thing. Why would you
No, I didn't.
Dude, you know what? She texted me right before we recorded this. What's the name of your podcast again?
So don't tell her.
I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
We're talking about.
We're not. I'm cutting all of this out.
No, you're not.
I have to actually fucking learn how to cut shit out because you fucked this up. I hate this. Why did you do this? Anyway.
You gotta tell me things that are off limits, bro.
Yeah, I thought this would have been one of them. You know?
You never once told me I couldn't talk about this.
I don't know what to do now. Do we stop?
No. So Bird Box. Anthony.
Bird Box.
There
She's not fake.
She's fake.
It's a long distance relationship. Move on.
I think this is the best part of the
Move
podcast.
on.
Bird Box. Why don't look at me like that?
Bird Box.
It was an accident.
Bird Box.
It was an accident. I'm sorry. Remember when I said on the other podcast that you were an atheist?
Yeah.
You guys so mad at me. No longer an atheist, by the way, audience, if you're listening to this.
I don't know what I am. I'm not a nothing. That's all I am.
That's fair.
I'm a nothing.
Are you posting this? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Are you editing it out?
I have no idea. It is kind of funny.
It's super
I might do it.
We'll talk about this at a later date once Anthony resolves everything with his girlfriend.
Yes. No, everything is like.
What's her name again?
Let's not. You make fun of me because I'm in a long distance relationship. So just stop. Like.
That's exactly why I make fun of you,
Yeah.
Anthony. It's just that one reason, and not any other reason.
It's annoying. Anyway. Yeah, I'll keep this all in. This is fine. So
now that we've gotten past
No,
Anthony's long distance relationship,
stop. It's so weird.
You're so like Anthony is like playing a chess game with me right now. Like it's so awesome. Like he's using his eyes and he's like trying to like maneuver his way. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
It's brilliant. Good job. Can I shake your hand?
Yeah, let's shake hands.
I'm gonna stop, but I think it's funny.
Yeah, this was funny.
Okay.
I just want to clarify for the record that I have zero stance on religion. That's all. I'm in a long distance relationship and I stand nowhere on religion. I don't care what your religion is.
I'm religious.
I'm not going to argue with anybody. I'm not going to really like go out of my way to say anybody's right or wrong about anything. I just don't care. I just reached a point where I was like, I don't see any right or wrong in anything, and I don't mind anybody. Like at one point in my past, I was definitely like hardcore atheist, where I was just like, yeah, if you believe in God, you're fucking retarded. And now I'm just like, no, you're not. You're just a person, and I'm just a person, and that's all I am. And like I don't mind your opinions or your beliefs, and I don't really have any, and I don't really mind it or think too hard about it. I just don't. It's not something I'm really into right now. So that's my stance. I wouldn't say I'm anywhere.
Now that we've gotten all, like,
I just want to say, because I know people.
Okay.
I know people get turned off by that. Like,
all right. Well, I am a religious person, and I'm half the podcast.
Yeah.
So
you are a religious person. Do you want to talk more about that, or do you want to keep it to yourself?
I'm down to talk about.
Well,
stuff.
I'm just curious. Yeah, like I don't think anything should really be off limits.
Okay,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. Say it.
Say what?
Say it.
Say
The Stupendous Wave
the Stupendous Wave is a Mormon.
is a Mormon. Yeah.
It's true.
It's confirmed.
Confirmed.
Stupendous Wave Mormon confirmed.
I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No, you shouldn't be.
I think it's silly to be ashamed of your religion.
Yeah.
If you're ashamed of it, it's like, what's the point in having it?
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
It takes a lot to commit to something like that.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
I appreciate that. I love it.
Yeah.
I do.
Absolutely.
On to Bird Box.
Bird Box.
Wowza.
Yeah, by the way, that place that we were talking about before, where we were being like, oh, what is it? It was at church.
We have this thing where it's like younger people go to like a different church branch
Yeah.
than like the rest of everybody. It's to help them basically find people to enter in relationships with that are their age in the same religion. Mm-hmm. Because obviously it's difficult to be married and have two different religions, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a difficult thing to do. So that's kind of what it is. So it's people, college people our age. Not a lot of that goes on, honestly. It's honestly just a bunch of friends that hang out. But, I mean, sometimes relationships happen. It's always entertaining there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I like it there. Like, I'm not Mormon, but I always hang out.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that aren't Mormon that go all the time. Half of the people that go aren't Mormon, just because it's a good place to hang out and meet people.
It's just like high school again. It's fun.
Yeah, it's exactly like high school. And I know that, like, today's world is really sad, and I talk to a lot of people that, like, go there, and they're completely honest as to why they go there.
Yeah.
It's just like, I literally have no social life, and you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
There's, like, a group of 50 to 100 people that go consistently. And so it's like, you go there, it's just like high school. Like, obviously, you have your friend group, and then you hang out with them afterwards. But it's really sad, and I kind of want to talk about this a bit, because there are genuinely people that do not have social lives.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Today more than ever.
I think it's so sad.
Yeah.
Because there are people out there that hold your same interests. Like, I know, like, there was definitely a point in my life where I was afraid to talk about the things that I was a huge fan of. And that was, like, Star Wars, Marvel, superheroes. I feel like it's weird to say something like, I was a fan of this stuff before it was so big and popular. And I think that's a case for a lot of people. We were just all afraid to talk about it.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, like, for me, my fandom kind of grew as, like, the popularity of those things kind of grew.
Yeah.
Like, I loved, you know, all the old Marvel movies and stuff, like the X-Men movies and the Spider-Man movies, when those really, even like the shitty Fantastic Four movies, like, I liked. And, you know, I was vocal about them to a point where it was like, you know, when they would come out, I would talk to all my friends about how good it was. But, like, you know, I was a kid too, so it didn't really like matter. And when it was in when I was in high school, I remember, like, when I was in high school, the Avengers came out and all that stuff, and I would walk around. I was like, that was the best fucking movie ever. But, like, I've never had a problem with anybody being like, oh, what are you, some sort of nerd loser? Like, it's just not an experience that's ever happened to me.
That has happened to me, but not by, like, someone on the outside of my family.
Oh.
Like, for me, it was always just, like, it was legitimately, like, just my parents that gave me such a hard time over it. And I realized, like, because I used to buy thousands of dollars and, like, just work so hard to get, like, action figures.
Yeah.
And, like, Legos. And you're laughing at it now.
No. I'm laughing at a thought I just had.
What was your thought?
My thought was, when I was in school, I was too fat to be bullied for anything else.
I was fat too, dude.
Yeah.
We should talk about our bullying stories after this.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great topic, actually.
Yeah, I got
Dude,
a lot.
Screw Bird Box.
Yeah, fuck it.
We'll talk about it.
Dumb movie. I know it is. I haven't seen it.
No, it's not that.
It's fucking stupid.
This is how I would describe Bird Box. It's like fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a McDonald's hamburger. You eat it because you're hungry, but, like, are you satisfied by the end of it? I mean, like, kinda, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you're gonna start feeling gross.
Yeah. My brother said something to me that just totally solidified my opinions. He was like, yeah, you never see the monster. And I was like, yep, and I'm never going to see that movie.
Yeah, you never do see the monster, but I think it's interesting that you don't see the monster. It's been criticized because you don't see the monster, but it's, like, fine. And that's not true. There's, like, drawings in it of the different monsters.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take it back, because there's that movie, It Comes at Night, and there's no anything. There's, like, they make you think there's a monster. There's no monster.
Well, the thing that comes at night is fear.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. It's a movie that when I went into it, I thought, oh, there's there's a monster, and there is no monster, and I love that movie. It is just a fucking bummer. I love it.
That movie, I think that movie's just fine too.
Yeah?
I like the way it ends.
I like mostly the performances in it, and I like the paranoia about it. Like, and to me, that's what kind of sets it up, or sets it above your typical nun movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like just generic horror movie. Like, I went into it and I appreciated the buildup of just the suffering and tension and just, like, everybody just fucking miserable. But I could totally see why. It's not high art, obviously. But for that reason, I will redact my comment about the monster in Bird Box.
It's just, like, it's really overhyped. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. It's got a lot of similarities to The Mist.
Oh, yeah.
And
I like The Mist a lot.
It's like a worse Mist.
I've heard that it's a lot like A Quiet Place because it's just a different sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like you have two creature features where you get to see the monsters and they're better. Mm-hmm. Also, like, I think A Quiet Place is good, but there are better horror movies that came out this year. I don't know. I don't know if better is the right term.
I think Halloween is.
But I enjoy Halloween more than I enjoyed.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place.
Well,
probably because I grew up with Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm. Halloween, to me, it's like I was telling you about this before. Like horror movies, I think are going to move in a new direction where they're going for the big blockbuster because of the success of It. And I think that Halloween was the next step. And I'm sure we're going to keep seeing new reboots of franchises like that. But those are, to me, more like they're more similar to like an Avengers movie than they are to like an actual horror movie. They're less there to scare you and more there for the hype. You know,
right? They're not scary movies. I don't think.
No, those two movies aren't scary.
They're like accessible to someone that wants to get into it, I guess. But it's very different from like a genuinely scary movie.
Yeah, because those movies are both something that horror movies shouldn't really be, which is fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is fun. Kids are cursing at each other all the time. It's fucking funny.
Right.
Halloween, Michael Myers kills people in entertaining, fun ways. There's funny dialogue throughout it. They're both fun, and that's something that isn't in your typical horror movie, and that's what's going to set these blockbuster horror movies apart from, you know, your regular Conjurings and your Insidious movies or whatever. Even though I think they're trying to get in that direction a little bit too.
And then like your Hereditaries are different.
Yeah, and your Hereditaries are the actual people are trying to scare you movies.
Yeah, in like a different way too. Though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say that my sister really, really, really enjoyed It, and she found it terrifying. But she doesn't watch scary movies.
Yeah.
It is not a scary movie.
Not at all.
It's not at all. The book is scary. Don't read the book. And it's not scary it's not scary for the reasons that you would think either. It's just messed up.
Yeah, it's scary because Stephen King is a fucking criminal.
I couldn't finish it. It's too long. And
couldn't finish what?
It. It's one of the few things in the book.
Oh.
I hate you.
Fuck you. It's too easy.
I'm going to quit. I'll quit on it.
You're going to quit my podcast?
Our podcast.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's like one of those few things where it's like I watch it and it's just so gross. Like I don't even see the point of it. So,
of what? No,
that's
the last one. That's the last one. Just fucking go. Do me a favor, bro. Scream into your microphone really quick.
Why? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think. Scream. Okay, we're good.
All right. Sorry for the audience. What was I saying? Yeah, my sister likes It, but I see you want to say it so bad. I will throw something at you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you right here.
Don't kill me. You couldn't kill me. You couldn't kill a fly, and those are very easy to kill, you weak little boy. Now just fucking finish your story. Your sister saw It. I liked It.
But it's like...
What?
I want to bring up another point.
What point?
I was going to say this after you brought up Insidious. The Insidious films... I think Insidious 3 is a very underrated horror movie.
Yeah.
I think Insidious 3 is a pretty scary movie, actually. Insidious 4 is not scary. I'm not really scared by 1 or 2, but Insidious 3 is just creepy.
Yeah.
Like, it has moments that are creepy, I personally think. Because it takes away... Insidious 3 follows, like, this girl who's in a car accident, and, like, the ghost or the demon is, like, bugging her. But it's interesting because it's like your protagonist is completely incapable of running away, which is great. I love that idea of a horror movie.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say that I recently was rewatching all of those movies because I was showing my girlfriend these movies, and I feel like Insidious is a middle of the road horror movie. It's like right in between like your not scary horror movies. Like I think Lights Out is a very much beginner horror movie.
Oh yeah,
or like a movie like Mama is a little bit more intense, but not really. Mama has like 1 or 2 scenes that are just messed up. But I feel like Insidious Chapter 3 is kind of like right in the middle down the road. And I would put other movies in there like Ouija Origin of Evil. Like a movie right down the middle.
Yeah. I feel like I recently watched that movie like a few months ago, Ouija Origin of Evil.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, all right.
It's one of those movies that doesn't completely... For me, a horror movie is always the least scary at the end.
Yeah.
Completely. Almost 99% of the time, with the exception of like Hereditary, where it literally builds to this one event. And then the event happens and it's worse than you thought. Because there's not these consistent scares and there's not a formula that's applicable to it.
Yeah.
But in all of the Insidious movies, when they like go into the further, I'm always the least scared.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's like, because that's when the movie gets rid of the tension and it turns into a fight. Like it's like the third action or the third act of like a Marvel movie where it becomes now we got to fight the bad guy.
Right.
And because of that, I feel like you're so conditioned by movies with that formula that like you know what to expect, and when you know what's going to happen, you know everything kind of goes out the window. Right. Same thing with like the Alien franchise. I remember if you're a fan of Rich Evans from Red Letter Media, he once made a point about Alien where it's like there is nothing scary about a creature that you know the entire life cycle of. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it looks like when it's born and when it hatches out of somebody's chest and what it grows up to be and all that stuff. It just becomes intriguing. Yeah, once you know everything about something, you're not scared by it. So when you know the formula of a movie and you know that it's all leading to the fight scene at the end, like, you know what's going to happen. You know the good guy's going to win, the bad guy's going to lose, they're going to get out of the haunted house. Right. And then, like, that tension just kind of dissolves.
I feel like there are a few things that do that, but then, like, Ouija Origin of Evil was a movie that I think was a little bit... It wasn't as scary before, but like towards the end when they're having that huge finale in the basement, like I guess spoilers for it, and it's like everything really goes downhill even further. Yeah. Like I'm still on edge during that. Yeah. But like even like The Conjuring kind of dwindles a little bit. Yeah. Where it's got some stuff going on. It's got amazing makeup work at the end. But like that last little tiny bit, I'm not super scared in. But really, it's the Insidious movies, and then The Nun did this too, where it's like not scary at all. Yeah, The Nun is trash.
It's fucking. It would be the worst horror movie of the year if that Slender Man movie didn't come out. Yeah, which is just like
it's not even a movie. That was a weird experience.
Slender Man it's so interesting in how terrible it is. It's almost worth watching because of how bad it is. In a way, it's not like entertaining. You'll be bored to death, but like to see how bad a movie could be made is pretty interesting, and it has probably a lot to do with that girl getting stabbed. Yeah, they had to probably cut out so much of that movie just to like avoid any like drama when it comes to people reacting to it. And at that point, it's like they must have known going into that shit would happen. So it's like, why even make the movie about that? Slender Man is a nothing character. There's a video game where you have to run away from the monster and collect 8 pages of something.
The movie came out like 2 years too late.
Yeah, that's true. I remember playing that game in like 8th grade, something like that.
The movie came out so late. And I don't even know why. Was it because of this like attack that happened at the girl?
I don't think that attack was... I mean, I think this movie probably should have come out way before that attack, like to capitalize off of the fame of that video.
You want to give a little background
to what?
So like what happened? What exactly were talking about?
Two girls are fans of Slender Man. They believed that she was real. One of them, I think, was more of a leader, and the other one was just kind of going with it. Yeah. And they were able to convince one of their friends to go into a forest with them and stabbed her 19 times as a sacrifice.
They could go live with
so they could go live with Slenderman in his castle, because he has a castle. Like there's a girl that's basically completely psychotic that believed this, and then a friend that was probably not mentally well off, but it seems like there's a leader. And they stabbed her 19 times, and this girl was able to crawl out of the fucking forest, bleeding to death from 19 stab wounds, and she survived, which is amazing. And it's such a crazy thing that happened that you think any movie studio would be like, we're not going to try to capitalize off of this character. Like, this character has done real harm in the real world. Why make a movie? And then on top of that, you're going to have to face all the bad publicity along with it, which it did. Like, probably not as much as people were expecting, but like, I think a lot of people talked about it. And even there was even like a documentary that came out, I think, right before the movie.
Beware the Slender Man?
Yeah, which is actually pretty good.
Have you seen the whole thing?
Yeah.
I've only seen a portion.
Yeah, it's good. It just kind of goes into the story of what happened. And it's weird to see little kids do stuff like that. But the point is, it's like, that movie is so interesting in the way that it's so bad. Because you could tell half of the movie was removed. If you watch the trailers and then you watch the movie, you could tell half of the movie
missing
was
scenes.
Yeah, it's missing scenes. It's missing characters.
Characters drop off.
Yeah, it's just a terrible, terrible movie. Worst movie of the year, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, maybe Aquaman.
Aquaman isn't.
It's fine. It's the best DC
awful.
movie.
It's just. You think it's the best DC
No,
movie?
I think it falls short of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Modern DC. We're not talking about like Nolan trilogy.
Yeah.
Or maybe like Batman.
I think
89.
Aquaman is so overrated.
Yeah. No, it's like it's half good. It's half terrible, you know?
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Half good, half
It's half entertaining and half really stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway.
Insidious: The Last Key was
Yeah.
another awful movie that came out this year.
Yeah, just boring.
I thought the monster design was really cool for like the Last Key guy.
Yeah, he was
But
cool.
like, it's just looks fake when he's on screen. The first scene in that movie is pretty scary,
Yeah.
but it's just the acting is awful.
The only thing I liked in that movie are those two characters that hang out with the old lady.
Yeah,
The big fat guy with the beard and the little Asian guy, like the little helpers. I like them
He's
a
not
lot.
Asian.
Is he not? I thought he was
No,
Asian. Is he not Asian?
I don't think so.
I remember him as Asian. He will always be Asian in my mind.
I saw like the.
Dang, did I just assume representation?
I just saw like the Insidious Chapter 3 not too long ago.
Oh man, he isn't Asian.
No.
I'm remembering. He's just nerdy. Oh no, did I just assume all nerds are Asian or all Asians are nerds? I'm sorry, all you Asian listeners. I didn't mean to misrepresent your culture.
Look at this. I'm just pulling up a picture of it.
Okay.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, the finger keys are
The
scary.
finger keys are scary. That's a cool monster design.
Yeah.
The movie sucks. Because he doesn't move.
I love
creepily.
the end when the mom comes back as a spirit with the fucking lantern and knocks it
And
shit
you know what?
out.
They did that in the third movie too.
They did?
Yeah.
I don't remember
I was
that.
like, listen. I was like, it's not that dumb.
I haven't seen that third movie like since it came out.
Was I with you when I saw it?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Wow. Dang. Whoop did he scoop?
What did he scoop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ends with like the mom like telling the girl to fight back from like the man that can't breathe.
Damn.
They pulled that card twice.
I mean, you run out of ideas, man. What could you say? You know?
Are they making another Insidious movie? They are, for sure.
I mean, I'm curious, like, since movies today are all remakes or reboots, when's the limit? You know what I mean? Like, what's the last Star Wars episode number going to be? Are we going to end it on Star Wars 16? You know?
Star Wars 8.
So it's the last. They're gonna pull episode 9. I mean, it's not happening, guys. We just couldn't make it work. That would be pretty.
I also want to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
The Star Wars fan base is just like. There are some evil people in this fan base. That's wrong, but it's just like crazy people. People that want to take extreme sides because.
Mm-hmm. Like, any examples? Is there like a thing you experienced
Just
recently?
YouTube comments. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
I think that's just people though, and not just people, but people today.
Yeah.
Where for some reason, as time goes on, people feel more entitled to their opinions, and they view their opinions more as facts. And because of that, that's why we have like these massive problems with our culture today, especially politically, being obviously the biggest one, where nobody can seem to get along with each other. And if you think this, then fuck you, and this is the right way of living, and it's a problem. It's like it's a problem with people, not just politically, but on a personal level.
Right.
People.
Can you think of the last negative YouTube comment that you posted?
No.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, I don't like to post negative comments. Oh wait, no, I do remember. It's funny. There's this one YouTube channel I love, and I've told you about it. Called Cooking with Jack. It's this guy. It's been on YouTube since it started, like 2007.
Wow.
Been fucking cooking on the internet forever. Doesn't have a fucking clue how to cook, but he does it anyway. And it is the cringiest fucking YouTube channel. It is, and that's why you watch it. And I left a comment on one of his videos where he made like a cold brew coffee, and what he did was he had like this big like pitcher of water, and he had this bag of coffee grounds, so you could just like remove the bag at the end. And he takes his whole hand and he shoves it all the way down in the water. So his hand is in the water that the coffee is being brewed in. He's going to serve this to people. His entire fucking arm is in the water. And I left a comment that was like, can you get your fucking hand out of there? Like, and then you know what happened after that video?
What?
The next video, it's called like Big Announcement or something, had a fucking stroke. He had a stroke, and he lost the function of his right arm and like part of his face.
That's awesome.
So I felt really bad after that.
Did you write
a
nice comment?
I've only written nice comments since, because he got on the keto diet. Not to call out. We have one friend that's obsessed with the keto diet. We always give him shit for it. But like he
takes it really well.
He does. It's funny. But like he started the keto diet, and it's like all the comments I ever leave are like, "Hey man, you look like you're doing good. I'm proud of you. Like keep it up. Great recipe." Things like that. Because I just feel so guilty. Right. But yeah, I think that's the last mean comment I've written on YouTube.
How long ago was that?
Months ago. It was like half a year ago.
I haven't written a mean comment on YouTube in like years.
Yeah.
And before, it was just like, it wasn't even they were that harsh. But it was like years. But literally, people have time to write mean comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy.
Well, you know the whole thing. You're anonymous.
Yeah.
So you could be as mean as you want. There's no consequences. You don't even know if the person's going to receive the mean thing you said.
It's whatever. Yeah, it's part of the game.
People are weird. I don't get it. People are just weird like that. Please leave a mean comment on the YouTube video form of this podcast of why you think we're fucking stupid. Why don't you? I've never gotten a mean comment on this channel yet. It's all been positivity. Really? Yeah. I mean, there's probably only 4 comments, but I think they were all supportive.
It always starts off really, really well.
Yeah.
There was a point I was obsessed with my YouTube channel at one point, and I think it like has helped a lot. Yeah. Myself to grow. But when I first started this, I was 16 years old, really fat, not a lot of friends, not afraid to say it. Yeah. Completely turned everything around. But there was a point in time where I was literally obsessed over it. I didn't know how to do it, but I was obsessed with it. YouTube was like my lifeline. And I remember like just checking. Do you want to know something crazy embarrassing? Sure. And it's kind of insane too, but this gives you an idea of like where I was. I would make fake accounts and subscribe to myself.
You're joking.
No. Just so it would look like that I had more subscribers. And
I didn't know this.
Tell people,
I can't believe that.
And that I could tell people that I had like 25 subscribers on YouTube. Wow. But like 5 of those would be me. So. Well, look at you now, though. I know. I just want to throw that in that like YouTube is a place of toxicity generally. Yeah. It's also a place of great light, and where a lot of good can happen too.
Where there is dark, there is probably light. That's probably a Star Wars thing. There's something about obsession that like it breeds greatness in a way, but it's also detrimental, and you have to choose. Because you could be obsessive and absolutely master something, but a lot of people that do that could ruin their lives in a million ways because of that. Right. And then you know, you could roll the dice and not be obsessive and hope things work out. But if you're not grinding, you know, you can't say 100% like I worked as hard as possible on this. And there are times where it's like I would get in that mood with drumming. Like I have gone on like tirades of practicing where I would practice way too much in a day, like multiple hours, 5-6 hours a day. And when you do that, it's not like healthy for your hands. I would do it until like my wrist would dislocate, which is not healthy at all. Right. But it's because it's like, I need to get this, I need to be better, all that stuff. And then there are times where it's just like, all right, well, I'm a good drummer. I don't need to hurt myself anymore for this. But I mean, it's one of those things. You gotta choose. Anyway, we were talking about bully stories.
Yeah, do you want to get back to that?
Yeah. You want me to start this off? I got one off the top of my head.
Go for it.
Oh, you know what? I'll start light. This is a fun story. When I was in the second grade.
You're saying this so quickly. And
when I was in the second grade, I wore blue Velcro shoes, had one big Velcro strap on the top, and everybody called me Gay Shoe Boy. That was my nickname in second grade. You either called me Anthony or Gay Shoe Boy, and I wanted to fucking kill myself. Suicide isn't something that should pass the mind of a second grader, but let me tell you, I struggled.
No, that's a joke.
No, I didn't want to kill myself. I didn't like being called Gay Shoe Boy, but I don't know. I don't want. Please don't comment and call me gay. I shouldn't have asked.
Guys, do it.
Damn it!
Now.
Fuck. All right, your turn. You tell a story. I got more, but
dude, Applebee's is on Uber Eats.
What?
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
Jesus.
What was I saying? Bully stories.
Bullies.
Shoot. Now that I'm on the spot, I just got so excited over the Applebee's.
Yeah. I can tell another one if you need to.
Go for it. Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, I had this one kid. I can't remember his last name, and it pisses me off because I want to look him up.
Triple chocolate meltdown.
He would make fun of me for being fat every day. Every single day. He would make jokes about me gargling peanut butter and ranch dressing, or how I would just drink it. And I was just like, oh man, like, why do you have to do this? It hurts your feelings so much. And I remember there was one year, one summer where I had lost a lot of weight, like maybe even something like 40 pounds. And then I went back to school and I was way thinner, and then I got fat again. And then that bully was like, hey, man, like, you know, what happened? You were doing good. And I was like, I don't know. I'm just living my life. He's like, well, yeah, well, you were thinner. Now you're fucking fat again. Like, did you eat too much peanut butter again? Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm just like, oh, my God, you got to stop hurting my feelings. There was one time he was bullying me so much that I was going to start crying, which is hard to admit. But what I did was I just took out my iPod. And then I remember I just played Party Rock Anthem so fucking loud where I couldn't hear anybody else talk. And then he was just like, what are you doing? I was like, just listening to music, man. Can't deal with the shit right now. That wasn't so much funny. It was kind of just sad. I can't remember his name. If you're out there, go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah. But now look at me, though. I ain't fat. Well, I'm kind of fat. But... you know, it's just one of those things. I don't know. I feel like that it's definitely not something that I could say that I'm proud, or not proud, like that I'm happy happened to me. But having those experiences in your life and being somewhere where you don't want to be and then conquering it and then getting somewhere else, there's like a pride that comes with that, and like some sort of satisfaction where you're almost grateful for that experience. And I know that like when I look back at it, I look at it not as like a downer, but like I'm happy about it almost. Where I'm like, damn, I fucking came a long way. Like, you feel good about yourself now. And ultimately, all you have is the here and now. So, like, you know, it's probably worth it. You know?
Mm-hmm. So I can think of a few. Most of my bullying came from junior high. I was bullied a little bit in high school, but
Yeah.
not a ton. But I just remember there was always like these few kids that would do it.
Mm-hmm.
And my bullies were always the skinny skater kids.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you, but like all the time it was always the skinny skater kids that would later in life, you look at your bullies, like, you look them up. Because I've definitely done that. I'll admit it. I've looked at my bullies.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like working at a store and grinding so hard to get like something that you could like get pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? But I just remember being in a private-ish school. It's called, I forget exactly what you call it. Like a charter school.
Yeah,
is what they
charter.
called it. Where it's like there's not a lot of people, right? And you have a few like kind of heavier kids in a charter school, but there are only like 2 or 3 like really fat kids at a charter school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was one of them.
Yes.
I went to a charter school
Oh
too.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So you know what it's like. It's like in high school there are a bunch of fat kids, a bunch of targets. But if you're like I think I was one of 3 really heavy kids. And I even remember the names of the other 2 kids. One of them got it worse than I did, and one of them got it better because he was almost to the point where it was sad.
Yeah.
But me and this other kid were at this point where it was still gross, but not bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just remember there was this one kid named Alex, and he would just like punch me as hard as he could, like in a playful way.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling so bad because I had thoughts like this kid was my friend, and I had like talks with him where he was feeling bad, and I like tried to make him feel better. You know what I'm saying? But he would just hit me as hard as he could whenever he saw me, and he would laugh, and he would call me fat, and he would grab me, and he would like. There was one time in class where he like choked me out, and I passed out.
Oh Jesus.
In the middle of class.
Damn.
And I had a teacher from a foreign place. My teacher was not from America, and she had no idea how to handle rowdy American kids. She just had no idea. So I passed out in the back of the class because he choked me out, and she just had no idea what had happened, and nothing was done. I remember I hit my head on the floor and cut my head open.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, and she just had no idea what to do. She was a young teacher from, this is not her native land, not her native language, so she doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And there was this other kid that would just constantly yell at me, eat a salad, eat a salad. But you want to know the worst bully I ever had?
What? Ew.
It was my junior high basketball coach.
Oh my gosh.
The worst bully I ever had. Because I went out there and I worked so hard, and I tried to be good at basketball despite being really heavy.
Yeah.
And I was trying to not be heavy, and I just needed someone to like lift me up in that moment.
Yeah.
And no one was. No one would. And my parents, I loved them to death. They never went to a single one of my basketball games. Basketball was a thing that I've always loved.
Yeah.
Basketball was a thing that like I wanted to be good at and I wanted to excel at. It wasn't anything that anybody pushed me to like football. Like
Yeah.
I was always pushed to by my parents to be good at football, and I was good at football. But basketball was the thing I wanted to be good at.
That's another one of those things too, where it's like you definitely have a football body,
Yeah.
and less of a basketball body,
Uh-huh.
which isn't a bad thing, but like,
Even right now, you think?
yeah, kind of because you're big,
Uh-huh.
you're like a monster, so you look like you play football and not basketball.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm pretty dang good at
You're
basketball
great
now.
at basketball. I think you're great at it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I was just looking for anybody to like build me up and not like tear me down, because I'm out there and clearly I'm not a basketball player.
Yeah.
But I'm trying as hard as I can. And my junior high coach, who had been in the military, he was the most egotistical man I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
And he would just tear me down. And I would come back week after week after week, and I'd never get to play in the games. And I would just come back and be bullied literally every single day and torn down every single day about how I sucked at basketball. And I wouldn't get to play in the games, and I would just get mocked.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, after 3 years of this and 3 years of making the team, But 3 years of just being bullied essentially every single day, I stopped going. I got really sick my last year, and then I stopped going. And at the end of the year, I decided that I was going to go into his office and shake his hand and thank him for being my coach. And I went into his office and I shook his hand and I said, "Thank you for coaching me. I had a good time on your team." And he looked at me and he said, "No, you didn't. Don't lie to me."
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Right.
And did you respond to that or did you just go?
I just left. I was in junior high. My self-confidence had never been lower.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to go and like tell this guy, "Thank you for being my coach." And I wasn't even allowed that.
Yeah. That's terrible.
That is the worst bully I've ever had.
Damn, now I'm just depressed.
I'm sorry.
No, this is depressing.
I almost want to say his name and then F you,
Yeah.
but no way. No way.
It's not worth it.
No, absolutely not.
And I'm sure he's not listening to this.
I'm sure that I could get it out there to where he would hear it.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember his name.
I do remember his name.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the thing is I don't remember my bully's name, so I can't even
I don't
fucking look
remember
him
a
up.
lot of their names, but
Yeah.
this was just so impactful.
Yeah.
And like
Also,
my-
he was your teacher.
Yeah,
You
my
heard it all the time.
self-confidence was literally destroyed by this person.
Damn.
Everything I had, like as a kid. And like I said, my parents were not supporting me to go out there and play basketball. I just came because I enjoyed it and I wanted to be on the team. I wanted to have that sense of camaraderie.
Yeah.
And the worst part is when a teacher begins to pull you down, the team
students.
begins to pull you down.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because it's like, I know that in my life throughout my whole childhood and like being a teenager and stuff, I've never really had anybody that ever really pushed me in any sort of direction, and never was really taught the right way to do certain things, with the exception of a couple of people. And I had the opposite experience in a way where it was like when I was in middle school, I had a PE teacher. I'll say his name. His name was Ed Perry because he was a former NFL player. He played for the Dolphins. And even my principal was a former NFL player who played for the Dolphins. His name was, I think, James Pruitt, which was really cool because it was like there was like these two really charismatic guys, and I have no idea how they got those fucking jobs. But they were both retired, and they were both really motivational. And I remember like I was the really heavy kid, like you were saying. Like my charter school had 80 students.
Wow. Mine had more than that.
Yeah, it was really small. So I was definitely the heavy one. There were some other ones, like you said, like there's like the 2 or 3, but I was one of them. And my PE coach always pushed me. And like I remember, I think I was like losing weight from it because I was going out and I was like for an hour a day really fucking grinding. And all the time when we would have like a class where like he would address certain students, he would always point me out as like the one that was working really hard. And I remember like it was really good motivation, but it didn't last long enough because those people weren't in my life outside of that one class. You know what I mean? And then the other person that I had was my my percussion instructor when I was in high school pushed me a lot. And when you have those people in your life, it drives you a lot farther. But like I said, it wasn't long enough. So I remember there was like a period in my life after school where I had like quit college. I was like, majoring in drums is fucking stupid. It's not going to get me anywhere. And I was so anxious about it. I had the worst anxiety and I was like really depressed. I remember like there was like a moment where I was like, I have not been pushed in any direction. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just concerned for myself. Like, I don't know what to do. I have absolutely no fucking clue what to do. And there was like a moment where I was like, I got to figure it out, and I'm the only one that's going to do it. So like around that time, that's when I kind of just like started trying to get out of my shell and go and do more things, try to make friends and join bands and all that stuff, because I was antisocial too. I had you for a bit, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, we were just Skype friends, and That was it. And we would spend all day talking to each other on Skype. That was our day. You know what I mean? I remember that was crazy. Like just waking up and like at a certain point, like it in the morning, just calling you and then it not ending until the nighttime. And that was like, you know, I remember it as a good memory, but as I look back, it's like, wow, I didn't leave the house. You know what I mean? But
now it's completely different. Now we go out all the time.
Yeah, every time like anybody asks me what I'm up to for the day, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm leaving now and I won't be back until tomorrow. Like,
it's awesome, right?
Yeah, it's the greatest thing. Like you're not going to see me until tomorrow because I have shit to do. It's a great feeling, and it's a feeling that I never had in my life before. Like when I was in high school, I wouldn't go out after school. Like if I had something after school, like a band thing, of course I'm doing it. But like socially, like I would never go out with friends just on my own. You know what I mean? And now that's all I do, which is cool because you think like I know that a lot of people, that's their life in high school. And then when they get out of it, they get boring because they're not in their best environment. And the two of us, I think, we flipped it where it was like high school wasn't our peak. And we do better after, and we live more interesting lives where we have more friends and, you know, they're real friends and not just people that you coincidentally had a class with. And then once that class is over, you're not friends anymore.
Yeah. Like I was telling you, like I had such a good Christmas. So many people that care about me.
Yeah.
I'm not someone that can't like if I wanted something really badly, I could swing it.
Yeah.
But people just went out of their way to like show me, hey, like I really care about you.
Yeah.
Even though you have money, I want to get you something.
Mm-hmm.
Like my friend who I play basketball with, I see him like once a week. He got me this really nice sweater that I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
It's a cool Logic sweater if you guys listen to rap. That was just really cool. That was really nice.
Yeah.
You got me some dope presents too. You got me the most hilarious like car. You put it in the windshield to keep the heat off your seats. Mm-hmm. It's like the first. I think we talked about it on the last podcast.
And we might have.
It was like the one of the shots inside the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah, so you put it in your car and it looks like Han Solo's driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
So cool.
Yeah.
But I just like this one guy, like we've talked a lot about forgiveness, and I just like I'm still bitter with this guy.
Yeah.
He just like was awful to me. I remember we were measuring. He was my PE coach too. Mm-hmm. We were measuring body fat in class, and he just like all the class was like rooting for me to go up and test my body fat.
Oh, it's like a way to mock you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And he was just laughing in the corner, and he like called me out, and he's like, "Well, you gonna be brave enough and do it?" Mm-hmm. I just shook my head.
You know, I know this isn't like the best time to mention this, but it was pretty funny. I saw a meme that it was like a guy on like that show, like My 600-Pound Life, and he hadn't weighed himself in years because like when you're that big, you don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
And he went to a doctor to weigh himself, and he stood on the scale, and you know what the scale said?
What?
It literally said this in real life: "Stop."
What do you think he weighed?
Probably somewhere in the ballpark of 600 pounds. But the whale, the weight, the scale, the weight scale, fucking whale. The whale. I said whale. The scale couldn't fucking measure it. It said stop. So when you said that you had to test your body fat, all you think of was the scale saying stop. Yeah, I could relate to it though. Like as a former 300-pound boy, you know, it's tough. It's really tough. But, you know, it's not something you can't conquer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We've conquered it.
Yeah. And lots of other people do less than they should. But it's important, you know? Like, you're not a bad person. You're not lesser if you're heavy, you know? It's like, it's just one of those things that you know if you were to conquer it, it would make you feel better. And it's definitely worth at least attempting and like really giving it an honest shot. Your life will be more enjoyable just because. Absolutely. Not that it's perfect. We both know that when you lose weight and you look in the mirror, you still see the fat guy. Like, I think that Central Intelligence movie isn't a great movie, but it perfectly depicts that feeling. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really like that movie.
when the Rock looks in the mirror and like he sees what he looked like in high school, it's like, you know, there are times I'll
That's real.
I'll look in the mirror and I swear it's like I didn't lose a pound. Meanwhile, I lost 100 or something. It's crazy, but you know, it's just one of the struggles that we have to deal with. But ultimately, life is good. It's better, and I'm definitely proud. And I got more work to do, and I'm so excited to get it done. Especially 2019, hashtag New Year's resolution. You know, get it done. Even though I was telling you, I just want to bring it up to recommend to anybody. I know you're not into it yet. I'm gonna get you into this shit. There's a fucking pizza review channel. Well, the channel is called Barstool Sports, but the review is called One Bite, and it is the funniest fucking thing. And I know a lot of people watch it, but if you haven't, definitely check it out.
Called One Bite.
One Bite, and he did this one recently after New Year's because he does one every day, where he got a pizza and he was like, oh, it's not a very pretty pizza. And then he's like, but you never judge a book by its cover. There's a fucking New Year's resolution for you. And I love it. That's a New Year's resolution for sure. Don't judge books by their cover. Would you agree, sir?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you have any other things you would like to bring up? Because we're running a little.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We should end it.
If you're getting bullied, it's not the end of the world yet. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna make it through. You're gonna conquer. You're gonna do better. For anybody who's listening and can relate to our plight. Anyway, we're glad you took the time to listen to us today. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube and on iTunes. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Instagram at Anthony_Alicio and Twitter at Jeff Super. I'll have the links in the description of the YouTube video. Anyway, thank you for listening. Have a nice day.
Whoop-diddy scoop.
Whoop-diddy scoop. See you guys later.